Alright guys, MTech Guy here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a really cool feature of the E60 M5 called a starting assistance. Not just a really cool feature, but a very necessary feature. Now, this is something I get asked about from time to time, not only by E60 M5 owners, but especially guys looking to get into one of these cars, looking to buy one. So of course, the majority of these cars have got that SMG gearbox, that 7-speed manual gearbox, but unlike a traditional manual gearbox, it doesn't have a traditional shifter, so the gear changes are carried out with hydraulic actuators, and same with your clutch as well, that's hydraulic actuated. So that leaves us with a manual gearbox, where the gear changes are carried out with the paddles on the steering wheel, or the shifter itself. And then also, you don't have a clutch pedal, all you've got is a brake and an accelerator pedal, and that's it. So that being the case, then that brings up the question, well, how do you start off on a hill? You know, if you're facing upwards on an incline, how do you pull away without a clutch pedal with it being a manual transmission? So this is where the starting assistance comes in. Now this is a feature to allow you to pull away on an incline without the clutch pedal, so the computer will look after the clutch slip and everything, but of course you don't want to roll back, so what it'll do is just hold the car for a second, just until you get on the accelerator, and then it'll just start slipping the clutch as you pull away, and then off you go. So very cool feature that works very well, and there is a bit of a basic procedure you've got to go through to make it work properly. So basically, when you're on an incline, you've got to come to a complete stop, and then you're going to have your foot on the brake pedal, and once you let go of the brake pedal, the car will hold the brakes for 1 second or until you hit the accelerator pedal. So once you let go of the brake, you need to get on the accelerator pretty quick, and then you need to increase the speed quickly as well. So you need to increase that throttle as soon as you step on the gas and then pull away. Now if you hesitate or if you fumble with the accelerator, what will happen is it'll start slipping the clutch, but what will happen is the car will start rolling back slightly. Now if that does happen, you need to hit the brake straight away. Don't try and give it more gas to pull away if you're rolling backwards. Just hit the brake again or apply the handbrake, start again, handbrake off, let go of the brake pedal, and then you've got 1 second when you let go of that brake pedal, or as soon as you hit the gas, then brakes are going to release. But you need to just increase that gas pretty quick, increase that throttle pretty quickly, so you'll pull away, and then as you start pulling away, you need to keep increasing that throttle, so you pull away faster and faster, and then it'll just engage that clutch properly, and away you go. But one thing to keep in mind, if you do start rolling back in first gear, what can happen is it can damage your Vanos pump if you roll back too far, so just make sure you hit that brake pedal. And also, if you're going backwards and forwards trying to pull away, it can overheat the SMG gearbox too. So like I say, if you start rolling back, just get on the brake pedal and then start again. Don't try and pull out of it with the throttle once you start rolling back. Now another thing to be aware of with the starting assistance is that the gearbox has got a safety feature built in, which is looked after the car's computer, and this is to save the gearbox from overheating and your clutch overheating. So just like a traditional manual gearbox, what can happen when you're pulling away on a steep incline, if you're sort of dithering with the clutch, you're not being positive with it, you're not getting that engagement straight away, if you're slipping the clutch a lot, what can happen is you can overheat your clutch, and in the end you're going to burn your clutch out. Now the computer will look after the gearbox to make sure that isn't going to happen, so when you do use the starting assistance and you do pull away, even if you don't roll back, if you're sort of hesitating with the throttle and you're not pulling away smoothly, and the computer's having to slip the clutch in before it's fully engaged, it wants to protect it from overheating. So what it'll do, it'll intervene, and the car might start to feel really jerky. If you're just pulling away sort of positively but slowly, it might just jerk a little bit. Now it's completely normal, and all it is the computer just interfering, basically just taking over to make sure that you don't overheat the clutch, you don't burn your clutch out, and ultimately it doesn't want to overheat the gearbox either. So just be aware of that. It is completely normal. You might experience it on a really steep incline, like I say, if you hesitate with the throttle slightly, but yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, so what I reckon we ought to do is jump in the car and I'll give you a bit of a demonstration, and then you'll be able to see what's what. Okay, so as we come around this corner, I'll stop on the incline up the hill here. So I've got a bit of a slope here. I'll just stop here, we'll change down to first. Okay, So I've got handbrake off. We're in first gear there. Got my foot on the brake. So I'm going to let the foot off the brake, pull away straight away and keep pushing the throttle. And away we go. Alright guys, so there we have it. That's the starting assistance on the E60 M5. Sometimes it's called a hill hold feature, hill hold assistance. So I hope this video shed some light on the starting assistance and gave you guys some information on it. If you found the video interesting or useful, don't forget to give it a like and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more M5 content. I'm MTech Guy. Thanks a lot for watching.